Flying with an elytra with a riptide trident allows you to travel at 160 blocks per second, 20 times the speed of a minecart on powered rails. The absurdity does not end there though. Various movement options far exceed minecart's measly 8 blocks a second, with players begging to this day for the railways to get a buff. But it wasn't always like this. Once upon a time, minecarts were the best way to get around, and there isn't a better way to prove it than the server that emulates beta Minecraft. There are no tridents, no ice boats, hell, there isn't even horses. The players in modern beta live as if the game was still on beta 1.7.3, and on this version, there's no hunger, which means no sprinting, forcing players to move at 4.3 blocks a second. To say the least, minecarts are amazing in beta Minecraft, and players spend hours building and riding railways, which may surprise you because I'm putting minecarts at a B tier. Yeah, this is a tier list video now, but seriously, even though this community of highly dedicated players pretty much only uses traditional railroads, there are some very strong contenders for the best movement option despite the lackluster choice of items in this version. But without further ado, I'll work my way up from F tier to S tier. Okay, speedrunning the lame stuff, F tier consists of movement options that are detrimental, which includes TNT cannons, which eat armor durability or straight up kill you, while providing lackluster distance, jumping on ice, which is dumb slow and the ice will melt, riding on pigs because you can't even control them, and you gain no movement speed, so overall L. But the most unique and unknown method in F tier is minecart flying. While being incredibly unpractical, it's at least fun to do. Using a fishing rod on a minecart you're in will pull it up despite you being inside, and you can actually get some serious height from this. The only reason this is an F tier is because it absolutely destroys fishing rods and there's no guarantee you'll survive the flight. Just above F tier are water elevators, which are only here because in C tier we have ladders, being a way better way to move vertically than swimming. Last up in C tier, we have a normal movement of the player, just walking and jumping, going upstairs, etc, etc. You can never go wrong with the classic Minecraft movement. In B tier, you already know about minecarts. They move at 8 blocks a second, almost double the normal movement speed of beta Minecraft, but require significant setup and get outdone by competitors. Next up is boat jumping, a method of movement that requires you set up a line of boats and then spam click to get into them. This is incredibly fast but ridiculously cheap, with the big con of being unstable. Mobs and players may accidentally push the boats or even take them. But there is an upgraded version of boat hopping that dodges almost all of the cons of the inferior boat, which is the S tier minecart hopping. While being a little more expensive to set up, placing a minecart on soul sand will prevent entities from pushing it, meaning the minecart stays completely secure. In addition to being insanely fast horizontally, you can also get the same speed vertically, absolutely obliterating the ladder climb speed. To do this, ironically, you have to place minecarts on ladders, allowing you to go up by going into the minecarts and go down by just going down the ladders. Little editor's note here, I somehow forgot to add normal boats to this tier list. I'd put them in A tier just because they allow you to do something that no other movement method allows you to do, which is travel on water fast. But also, boats are super janky in beta, so yeah, I don't know man, just pretend boats are right here on the tier list because it's far too late for me to re-edit all the images I made. Oh, and also maybe like and subscribe, but enough stalling. The other thing in A tier are piston pushers. These come in various forms, from elevators to piston bolts. There's far too many variations for me to cover here, but some of them are incredibly fast. But the thing is, they're also incredibly costly in resources and effort, and with even mild server lag can mess up or even break. Super cool, but just not your best option most of the time. Moving on to S tier, we have falling, really self-explanatory. Falling stupid fast, requires a very mild setup to prevent death, and it's just a banger way to get around. And last but not least in S tier are rails? Yeah, you may be a little confused considering I put minecarts in B tier. So how the hell can rails be the best way to get around on my tier list? Well, the reason is because Minecraft is very stupid. These rails are cheaper and faster than powered rails and work on old and new versions of Minecraft. Let me explain. By setting up all the rails to be corner pieces, it forces the minecart to move in 2 directions at once, netting a 40% speed increase to traditional rails, and carrying so much momentum you barely need to place any powered rails. So what is the catch? Unfortunately, there's a few. First of all, these rails can only go in one direction. If you wanted a two-way railway, you would need two sets of rails. On top of that, setting these corner rails can be quite frustrating. It's very scuffed, and players may not even understand how to use the railway when it looks like this. And if you get motion sickness, I imagine your camera constantly zigzagging back and forth could become a problem. But despite all of that, I think that corner rails are pretty damn awesome, and I think they're worth the cons, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what method of transport you think is the best. I hope that this video showed you that there's more ways to travel in beta Minecraft than you first may have thought, and maybe you could even incorporate some of these in your builds in modern or beta Minecraft. But yeah, this video took a bit of time, but I had a lot of fun experimenting with editing and various methods of transportation, but I'm gonna finish it up now. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later, gamers.